chew bubble gum.
You're listening to Hear the Chew Bubblegum, recorded from a secret location in the city that moves mountains.
Greetings.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
That is better. That is a lot better than last week. You sucked at doing that last week.
It was for a writer or a subscriber, a loyal fan that wrote in.
Well,
right?
yeah, but you could have said it twice. There's no rule that says you can't say it twice.
I wanted to save the intimacy of that moment for them.
So
and I
you're
still
getting
messed it up
intimate
anyway.
with our listeners that email in, and I think his name was actually what? Stephen, wasn't it?
Dixon
Dixon
09.
Yeah,
Forever
yeah.
in my
One
heart.
of our favorite listeners that writes in.
Exactly. So to pay my respects to them for their love and welcome to the new show, you know, I just wanted to save that for. I saw that I wanted to save that for them.
Right.
You got a good laugh at first, and
Oh yes, I did.
and then I tried. I gave it my all. I had the time of my life, and I still messed up when I read it just to them.
No, you didn't mess up. You didn't mess up.
You're right. I accidentally did it on purpose.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that works. We're not going to do any listener email this week because we got caught up last week, and we are pre-recording in advance, correct?
That's what you tell me.
Sorry. A little pause there. I had to burp. So,
You know, sharing's caring.
normally, you can just pick up and start talking about something. If you see me mute my mic or just have a
I
brain
don't know
fart.
what you do over there. I don't know what you do back there.
And we do have the lovely Rebecca Short from the Short Shit Show on TikTok sitting in with us. We're live on Zoom, correct?
We are live on Zoom and we are live on TikTok. right
Yay.
2 weeks in a row, the listeners are going to revolt against us when we don't have her on again.
No, well, we will be having a segment soon coming up on the radio show and a podcast show. So we're looking forward to that. I guess I just broke some big news, didn't I?
Oh, hey,
little
by
bit.
the way, guys, we're having a short shit show segment at every radio show and podcast.
Well,
so
on
stay
the
tuned.
radio show, it will be called the short segment, or did you come up with something else?
We're gonna go with honest Rebecca thoughts.
Okay.
Oh, yes, Honest Rebecca
Honest
Thoughts.
Honest Rebecca
Because
Thoughts.
saying the short show is just, just
Well,
bleeping
I'm
yourself
not allowed
out
to
there is
swear
too
on the
hard.
radio.
That's
right?
what I said.
It's
Right,
gonna be
right.
really
Yeah,
fucking
we have
hard.
to keep it rated G on the radio.
You just got to go the short show.
No, I think honest Rebecca thoughts is much more fitting. Because then they can't yell at me because they're my honest thoughts.
Honest
right?
Rebecca Thoughts. So
It's what I do on the TikToks. We
so-
do the honest Rebecca thoughts.
HRT.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for playing.
HRT.
HRT.
Honest Rebecca
It's getting
Thoughts.
hurt in here.
No.
Doesn't HRT stand for something else too?
SRT does, but I don't know about HRT.
Are you sure?
No.
Oh, okay. What about you? Have you ever heard HRT? Does
Are
that
you
sound
hinting
familiar?
at something? Are you ready to, are you
no,
sure?
no. I'm being serious.
I don't know.
HRT. We'll have to figure that out. But anyone right now on Zoom or TikTok, you can call and be on the show, or you can text us a question. All you have to do is call. Do you want to give that number, Dirty Dan?
I sure can. It's 606-373-3396. Call, text, voicemail, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and we'll play it on the show. We have a little more freedom on the podcast show. You can say whatever you want to.
Fuck!
Right, yeah.
Hormone replacement.
I'll allow
is
it.
HRT.
I'll allow it.
Oh, that's why you know.
So, what's that supposed to mean?
I'll tell you what.
You can also email us, Goose at here2chewbubblegum.com, or Dirty Dan at here2chewbubblegum.com. If you want to get in contact with Pup, Ned, or Elliot, here2chewbubblegum at yahoo.com. Pup should be coming by. He's supposed to be here sometime. So he's a little bit late. He's had to
Blow
work
his shit up.
at Firehouse Subs. I actually texted him a few minutes ago. He's not messaged me back yet.
Every time you say that email, and this might be dating, now, all I hear is the Yahoo, the
Yahoo.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
every time.
So, well, we could change it and maybe get Ymail, but
What about
I like
Zmail?
the Z-mail.
He doesn't know either. I'm not
You
alone.
don't know about
There was a Z-mail.
You don't remember the show Zoom from like way back in the day? Go on and Zoom. Go on and Zoom.
No,
Disclaimer,
No? Oh.
I don't know what they watched in Diet Canada.
they.
One of my Zoomers knows what I'm talking about. So
Well, they're on Zoom, so I hope so.
I mean, was it like a national TV show?
it was like on PBS, and it was like they did like all these like these kids would like it was like a kids show, and they would do like science projects and like positivity emails, and it was like way before I was young.
so
like, it was
this
The
is where
only
before
thing I ever
Zoom.
watched on PBS
Like actual Zoom,
was
yeah.
Mr. Rogers.
This is where the grooming came for participation awards if they're having positivity emails.
So you're saying that this show Zoom is where everybody gets a trophy?
No, that's not.
Started.
I have no
How
idea.
can you speak on it if you don't
Yeah,
even know what the
yeah.
fuck you're talking about?
Yeah,
First
man,
off,
how
I
can you
said
do
that.
that?
First off, I said that. I said another one who doesn't know with me. I said, so this show sounds like it's what caused grooming for all this participation crap.
I love the fact.
Some of us were watching War in Color on History Channel or Black Sheep Squadron.
I love the fact that she yells at you, and I immediately go,
yells
"Yeah,
at me
man,
all
why
the
are you
time."
doing that for?" So, you know.
I'm used to it.
Oh, and another TikToker knows what I'm talking about
Oh,
too.
okay.
See? Mm.
Okay. I will have to look that one up. I'm sorry, I have never heard of
It
that.
goes
one.
along with the big comfy couch.
Now I have heard of that one,
I still.
and I have heard of Arthur and Clifford the Big Red Dog that was on PBS as well.
Do you remember Wishbone
Was that a little Jack Russell? Mm-hmm. Yes.
with the kids, and they would do like it was like a people show. It wasn't a cartoon.
That was
Yeah,
a movie
yeah,
though,
they-
wasn't it?
They turned it
They-
into
a
a
new
movie.
movie.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Mr.
don't remember
Rogers,
that.
that man has some painted war stories behind him. That man died a legend.
I think so. You know, you can always see Mr. Rogers. All you need is a flashlight and a shovel. Oh,
Oh,
what?
I mean, don't be
I'm-
offended.
I'm-
His personality might be a little cold.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
No, I was
keeps coming.
I was a huge fan of Mr. Rogers. So, and
Before-
I did
before
not
or
mean to
after?
be insensitive. You know, I was trying to be funny. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was funny.
Yeah.
They'll enjoy it.
Well, thank you, and I hope our listeners of Zoom and TikTok appreciated that joke. So,
They're used to my morbid sense of humor.
okay. Well,
So,
sorry you guys couldn't hear the sound effect. Do you want to?
wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, that's the sound effect that I played after I said, you know, you can meet Mr. Rogers.
They use a trombone and they use a plunger,
Okay.
and that's how they do
Well,
it.
you know, you actually, when I said that too, you can see Mr. Rogers. You were like, you know, you give off the.
I was a little. I had no idea where you're going with that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry. What's this show about again?
I see dead people. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a Spooky Family podcast.
yeah. That's a spooky family. Let's see. We're just welcoming.
Wow.
I'm tongue tied. We're saying hello to everybody
There
and
we go.
welcome into the show. So, actually, what we've got down for segment 1, we can jump right into it. On my format, it says Rebecca subject. So that means
I don't have a piece
that,
of paper with rules on it.
So see it on mine there. So segment 1, the first thing up, Rebecca subject. So normally what that means is that, you know, you've prepared a segment for us or something for us to talk about in this
filled
segment.
me in on that.
That was Dirty
little-
Dan's job. That was Dirty Dan. I asked him specifically.
Well, to be fair,
So- To
be fair.
he didn't know that we were coming here because it was a surprise. So,
Yeah.
But you are a wealth of knowledge. I mean, just anything you want to talk about, just open up with it. All right.
no pressure.
Okay. What does somebody on Zoom right now give her a subject to talk about?
Price of fish on Tuesday.
First one, go with it. Come on, someone, type in a subject on Zoom.
Let me get on it real quick and I'll type one in.
Toby's doing. I don't know what you just type it in. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, type it in, Toby.
It's a hell of a charades game.
Yeah. Oh,
And
the holes on the poles, energies.
Okay.
What's Mandela effect?
Okay.
Ooh, I love Mandela
there,
effect.
there you go.
What's Toby got here? Hold on one second.
Take whatever one you want to go and go with it
I mean, eventually they all tie
together.
George Orwell. Pyramids on Saturn.
George Orwell.
You mean the pyramids on Mars?
It's ancient ruins on Saturn.
It's ancient ruins on Saturn. On the rings, it's the ruins on the rings.
Well, what's one subject that fascinates you right now?
I mean, we can go into Mandela effects, and then
Okay.
we can just kind of like go off of that because that all kind of like ties into everything.
Sounds good to me.
What if we were on Mars? What if Area 51 is the exit of the Matrix, and that's why we're not allowed there? Like, we are Area 51, because if you actually watch the first 6 minutes of the movie Lilo and Stitch, when Stitch is like plunging towards Earth, and they're like, oh, he's headed towards a planet called Area 51. They call it Earth. What? What?
Red flag.
Hold on.
I have never saw the Lilo and Stitch movie.
What?
I've saw the cartoon on Disney, like the episodic cartoon. The movie,
Is
I'm not.
episodic a word?
Yes.
Yes, yes, it is.
I have the clip on my iPad. But yeah, they say pyramids in the ocean. Yep. The ocean directly relates to Saturn, which is very hard to find fucking research on.
Do you guys think that there is anything at Area 51 right now?
No, it's all in Antarctica.
Well, I mean, do you think there's any physical evidence there right now? I mean, really?
Yes.
Why?
Why not?
Yeah, but it's not the Area 51 that everybody thinks. It's underground, way behind. Like, you have to go behind and then under.
12 miles deep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to give me a better answer than why not.
Shrouded in secrecy.
Right.
One's imagination is left to run rampant.
Okay, but it is so publicly known. Don't you think if there was anything there now, it would be
Yeah,
moved
but isn't the
somewhere else?
best way to hide something
plain
is in plain sight?
Yes, it is.
So
You think
reason
it's
to
still
believe,
there?
Yes.
It's a working lab, someone said.
Yeah, definitely a working lab. You got Bob Lazar to thank
Deep
for that.
dumbs. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think it's all possible. I really do think it's all possible. I think that there is also a, you know how there's like tunnels underneath all of the major cities that
Yes.
connect to everything?
Yes.
I think there is a major tunnel system that all right back to
Have you
Area
actually
51.
saw the map of the whole United States with the tunnels that go pretty much all across the
What I
United
want,
States?
what I want is one of those like old school like pull down things for the
Yeah.
maps, and I want them to be like see through, right? So that I can overlay them all, because I want to see the ley lines over the Earth chakras, over the tunnels, over the Stargate portals, over the wormholes. Like, I want to see it all overlap and see the synchronicities of it. So if anybody can make that happen, that'd be cool.
That is a great idea. Great idea.
To be fair,
Yes.
I did find a website that would do that along with these standard maps, but the custom ones were not $2.99; they were $8.99 and up.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
it's not cheap.
$899.
So yeah, it would be better, like she said, to get one of the old pull down things.
Well, no, that's what it was. It was a company that makes the pull down maps for the schools and whatnot.
Really?
Yeah. And the standard 7 map set was $2.99 and up.
Wow.
You could customize them starting at $8.99 and up.
Just saying. I mean, there's
See,
like,
but
there's got to be like some abandoned school somewhere. where
Yeah,
you can just,
just go in and get one. Yeah.
Russia,
No,
Chernobyl,
there's-
and
there's-
Pripyat.
That's Russia.
You're in a good part of the state for them to be a bunch of shut down schools.
I'd rather go to Chernobyl than deal with the hollers.
We also had someone comment in that the Mandela effect will show people the magic that we already know exists.
There is a lot of
I have a list of 500 Mandela effects.
really
Yeah.
500.
Some of them are like,
What is the most obscure one that you can think of?
like off the top, without looking at it, off the top of my head.
Without looking off the top of your head, the most obscure one.
Which
Obscure,
direction?
profound.
Yeah, which direction do you want the obscure to go?
I think profound would be a better.
You pick.
I think the one that fucked me up the most was the Avril Lavigne video.
Okay, you're talking about them switching Avril Lavigne. Or,
No, like the whole video is different. Like all of it for Skater Boy. The whole thing is fucking different.
Yeah, but-
and there were 4 people in the car when JFK died.
6.
Yeah, but you have to look though. I mean, some of those videos back in the day, there was 2 videos made. I mean,
Yeah, look at the moon landing.
But here's my thing though, is like, okay, if there were 2 videos made, then what to what point would it be to like all of a sudden release now the other video and not have the only way that the other one isn't even available, and now it's a Mandela effect. How about we talk about the Mandela effect itself?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Go ahead.
So 2012 is kind of when the Mandela effect started, right?
December 21st.
When the world was
Which is
supposed to
when-
end.
Right? Well, did it though? Did we shift into another reality and the artifacts didn't transfer and they couldn't erase all of our memories and change all of our memories, which is why there is such a fucking divide on some things, because some people are from one reality and some are from a different one.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Exactly.
Well,
How about the Monopoly Man? He had a fucking monocle.
oh, yes,
And the
yes.
Ace Ventura scene.
Yes. Yes, he always had a monocle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. I agree.
For me, on December 21st, 2012, at 12:01, I was posting stupid stuff on Facebook
I think I was still
of pictures I'd modified. And I modified one of this big robot, and I'm like, oh, my God, it's coming, it's happening. And it looked like a news clip from CNN that I had made.
Well, that's not hard to do.
And no, it's not hard to do at all. But, some people actually freaked out. They're like, what channel's that on? And was commenting on it.
It was on Goose Media.
Yeah.
So one of the other things though is CERN, which is also on the map. But they were able to like isolate and please correct me if I'm wrong on this. Unless do you want to speak on it? I'm asking one of the Zoomers.
Okay. Yeah, tell them if they do. All they got to do is call in.
I can unmute you if you want to speak on it.
Well, if they call in, they'll be
Or,
Oh, they have to call in to.
yeah, we can hear them that way. They can call in.
Do you want to call in?
Or we can call them if they can private message you their number.
606-373-3396.
Very good,
I think
sir.
we're gonna have a caller. Speak
Very
on
good.
CERN,
Very good. Okay.
Because I know he's very passionate about it.
Okay. I will turn the pod up, and we're waiting on a call here from somebody that's joined us on Zoom. Can we give their name when they call in?
Rodney.
Okay. Rodney, we're expecting your call. 606-373-3396.
So,
Nothing beats a good zero sugar Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper Cherry is where it's at for that.
No. All right, here we go. We're going to answer it. Hey, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why we were having that technical difficulty. We've never had that before. Thank you very much for calling in.
Yeah.
You're
No, I
on
heard
with...
you guys talking and
Go ahead. Say what you were saying.
oh, no, I just heard you guys talking, and I had been looking into CERN recently, and just out of the gate, 2012 was when they found that Higgs boson particle.
Yes,
which
yes.
They referred to as the God particle because it somehow is able to create matter from nothing or something like that. But I started looking into the history and kind of related to some other stuff you guys were talking about. Like, it started back in the 40s. It was Europe's answer to the brain drain of Operation Paperclip. So when all the scientific minds got taken out of Europe, that was their answer to set up a new organization. So 2008 was when the Large Hadron Collider went online, and then 2012 is when that particle was found. And my personal theory is that's what shifted us into alternate timelines and explains a lot of the Mandela effect.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And I forgot about the Higgs, what was it, boson?
Higgs
particle?
boson, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember what what was the one guy's name that was in a wheelchair that talked? Stephen Hawking. Do you remember what he said about it?
Yeah.
Have you heard what he said about that particle?
No, tell me.
He actually said, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said that we should be scared because that could destroy us. And basically not to mess around with it.
He just said it a little more digitally.
Well, see, and I made a Mr. Rogers joke earlier,
Hey,
and he was
Do we even know that was Stephen Hawking talking?
Do we even know that was Stephen Hawking talking?
That is a good point, a very good point.
I don't seem like such a dick now, do I?
Well, yeah.
But so just some other points on CERN that I remember. I'm still digging into this, so I'll know more later. But I know that whenever they start a new project or experiment, they do a ceremony to open it, and it's very heavily occult symbolized, which is weird. And don't have the proof to back it up yet, but I heard they put in for funding for a 4 times larger cauldron, a $23 billion project.
Yes, yes, you are right on that. They did. Now, have you saw recently they've been doing TikTok videos? Have you saw that?
No, I haven't.
Yes, they have. And it doesn't, I mean, they're trying to be funny because they actually show it. And this one scientist guy, I can't think of his name, he's like, we get questions all the time about what this is. No, this is not a giant hubcap. Ha, ha, ha. You know, and they're trying to downplay it.
Yeah, that's part of the revelation of the method, too. Like,
Exactly.
Rubbing it in our faces now.
Exactly. That's the same thing I was thinking. I have did a little research on it, not a lot. You know, I think they need to be careful with it.
Yeah.
What is one Mandela effect to you that stands out as something that you know 100% was the opposite of how you remember it, or vice versa?
All of this stuff is so, like, I've gone back and tried to find proof, and I think Rebecca said it earlier, but, like, you got to kind of consider in this timeline shift that the physical proof also changed. That's why people are having such hard finds, you know, or hard time materializing it, or I don't know. Shoot, the Berenstain Bears was the one that got me first, and that's what really sent me down the path, because I used to remember spelling that as a kid because it was such a weird way to spell it, and how it's supposedly spelled now is not the same. So
I like barbecue. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh God,
fucked
barbecue!
me up.
Jesus,
That now,
why is there a Q in the abbreviation if there was never a Q in the
Yeah, now it's
spelling?
a C.
Yeah.
I literally spent 10 minutes in the fucking aisle at the supermarket one day, just standing there with my mouth open. I'm sure people thought that I was crazy because I'm like, that's not right. That's not correct.
I mean, it's no different than spending 10 minutes on a podcast with your husband bringing out 4 bottles of barbecue sauce.
Well, you know.
you did that? When?
With
I
you.
didn't. Her husband did.
On
know.
your podcast. you
I
did.
know.
Okay.
I was giving him some ambiguous, and I was giving him a way to hide his identity.
That's what I said.
So,
Her husband did.
Yes. Okay. Oh, was there anything
I'm gonna
else?
let you guys go. My kids are walking up to me here. but
Okay.
I'm still listening.
All right.
Thank you for calling in, Rodney.
Yeah, thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
All right, see you. Again, that was Rodney from Zoom and TikTok that had been listening and joined in. We definitely appreciate that. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
We also had someone comment in with the Publishers Clearinghouse for a Mandela effect that the guy that used to do the like deliver the big fucking checks apparently never had any association with it.
Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did the commercials.
Yeah, no, not anymore.
Well, yeah, because he's dead now, but he
Well,
used to
there
do
was-
the.
Yep. Go ahead, find me proof. I'll wait.
But he used to do the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't think so?
No, I 100% believe you, but not in
Right.
this reality.
Yes, he did. He did the commercials.
The ET phone home.
E.T. said that.
Well, no, in the movie now, it's ET home phone.
Really?
It changed.
Okay. Well, here, look. I
Oscar
have,
Mayer.
You have found it.
Yeah, Oscar Mayer, the spelling of that.
That just blew my mind.
OSCARMAYER.
My baloney has a first
Yeah.
name. It's OSCAR. My baloney has a
M-A-Y-E-R.
MEYER.
MAYER.
It's EY now.
No, it was A.
I know. I understand.
Oh my
I'm with
gosh.
you. I'm with you.
The
man,
song is
but-
MEYER.
No,
They
he
changed.
said A.
And that's what I'm telling you.
So-
And now it's MEYER.
This is how Mandela's.
Oh my
this is how
gosh.
Mandela effects are. How about Mandela? How about Nelson Mandela? Didn't he like die in prison?
He died like 3 times. That was that grandparent that kept dying for the school
no.
excuse.
for the
Yeah,
school notes.
yeah. Now here, all right. Let's see. Let me. This is a YouTube clip.
Oh, Luke, I am your father. Never said that.
Now I've heard
Where
that.
can you win $1 million?
That's Ed McMahon,
American family.
and then the audio dropped.
$10 million. Only from American Family.
See, that's Ed
3
McMahon.
grand
I don't know.
prize of $1 million, $2 million, even $10 million. I will personally.
See, the audio's dropping. I have no idea why this is happening.
Or how about
You know exactly why it's happening.
how
Britney Spears' headset disappearing.
Queen? We are the champions.
Oh, that one fucked me up.
What about that one?
How the song ends, it doesn't end with "We are the champions of the world." It just ends with "We are the champions."
But it goes of the world.
Nope.
It does not.
Nope.
Really?
Yep. Not anymore.
Goose, I was dead set on it. I was like, they even have it in Mighty Ducks 3.
And it.
And
I even got my dad on that
I
one.
pulled it up. I was
That's tough to get
so
Bob
sure
on
of it.
something.
I pulled it up, and I was wrong.
Well, I connected the phone to Bluetooth. Hopefully that'll work a little bit better now.
But there's like, I don't know if we touched on it, but with the artifacts, like don't transfer into the other reality, which is why we can't find any proof on it. Like Fruit of the Loom having a cornucopia in the logo, like there's no proof. Like it's not even like it's like it wasn't even like a logo change. Like there's no fucking proof of it ever, other than in a Mandela effect setting.
Wow.
And that shit had a cornucopia. I remember it.
Yeah, it did. You guys are kind of flipping me out.
How about Smokey Bear?
No.
It's Smokey the Bear.
It's not. It's
It was-
Smokey Bear.
It's
Smokey Bear.
the Bear, and I will die on that fucking hill, along with the fact that it was 4 people because of that Family Guy episode that I found.
Now, I do think it was Smokey Bear.
It is. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Smokey the Bear.
Smokey Bear.
His name is not Smokey Bear. His name is Smokey, and he's a bear. So the is needed for a descriptor.
No, it'd be Smokey a Bear then if that's
No,
if that's
it
your
wouldn't
logic.
be. No,
is.
you are stop semantics.
What about Yogi and the Boo Boo?
Hey, oh, boo-boo.
How about another picnic?
You want to get another picnic basket?
Last time we got in trouble, Yogi.
Well, and
I'm a little congested. I can't do
thinking
it.
about Hanna-Barbera, Looney Tunes was spelled different.
Yeah.
In the other reality, I was rich and handsome. I'm just reading some of these comments that are coming in.
But yeah. Feel free.
They all agree.
you know.
Oh, Pokemon? Yeah. What about Pikachu? He had a black tail.
Yes,
in
yes,
my
he did.
reality.
Black tip.
Yeah, black tip
Yeah.
tail.
Yeah, he did. He had a black tail.
And
What?
Now
Wait,
it's
what?
split
Richard
too.
Simmons headband? He never had a headband?
Nope.
Yeah, he did.
No,
Yeah, he always wore a headband.
not anymore.
Really?
Because he always had the throw out.
These are fucking with me.
Yeah, but he really.
Now he wore wristbands,
Okay.
and
He
think he had
had a fucking
he
headband
did
on.
not have a headband.
Yes, he did.
I will die on that mountain along with 6 people in the car.
It's Hill, all right? If you're going to insult me, do it correctly.
Well, I was just saying mine's bigger. I win.
I'm not.
Freezing.
Like I said, I'm not even going to comment on
Yeah,
that.
but you are in the middle of this.
Well, no. I have been called the great instigator
Listen
before.
here, Dirty
so.
Dan, all right?
That's right,
Always
Dirty
do.
Dan. You listen. Mm-hmm. So, what do you have for us to talk about?
Oh, I'm done? That's it?
No.
Oak Island.
Okay. Good. I can get behind that. Is there treasure there? Yes.
Yes. What form? No one quite knows because March, April, and May all have separate days where treasure was quote unquote found.
You mean like this past March, April, and May? And now this was not in this season's episodes, correct? It was in the ones they're filming now.
Yes.
Okay. And now I have not heard about this.
However, in May, the treasure was the actual wood from the original money pit that they found.
Okay.
So they are now officially in the right chamber to find possibly whatever might be down there.
Okay.
That was treasure to them. The April was tested by scientists, and it claimed to be naturally made or naturally occurring material, which could be gold, silver, gems. That's all they said was that it was naturally made material. And March was not really descriptive.
Okay. Now, where did you find this information at?
So I've been looking through it, and Monsters and Critics is actually the one that published what it was. They're the only site that gave any actual clue to it just because of the filming. But the second passage of it is Oak Island team confirmed to have wood from the actual money pit, dating back pre-1600s.
That's very interesting. So, do you think they'll find something on this season?
I'm not even concerned about the show. I just want someone to find something down there. Period.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm the same way.
What do you think's down there?
I don't think it's the Ark of the Covenant and all that stuff.
Really?
I honestly think that I think you've got some historical documents, if they're not destroyed from the drilling and all that stuff. And I think you have some gold and jewels and stuff like that. I think that's it.
No Ark.
No.
Why?
I just don't think that it's there. I just don't have, honestly.
But they have faint heat signal traces.
Yeah, but if they drilled into that, some bad shit would have happened.
They haven't drilled into it. They're still hundreds of feet above it yet.
Yeah, well.
You got to think. They have those 3 water inlets that somehow come up and then go down.
Yeah. I just don't think the Ark's there.
I just don't think that whole island was done by humans, period.
Well, I've never thought about that one before. I do think that no matter what they find, it will not be money-wise worth how much money they've spent to find it.
Oh, they're almost surpassed hundreds of millions.
Yeah, so I think they'll be in the hole.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. I mean, that's just my, now, yeah, they will get a lot of recognition out of it. And, I mean, it is cool that it's a story that it's took this turn, but I just don't. I don't know, man.
You don't buy the folklore behind it?
Some of it, to a point. I think that there may have been more years ago, but somebody found it a long time ago. What are you giggling at over there?
Well, there's also been fake money pits. Like they got that whole gem-centered crest.
Yeah.
That they tied back to the Roman Empire. That now was almost to the other side of the island compared to where this actual wood's been found.
What about the lead cross?
That would be Renaissance time as well. I mean, I think there's been, I don't think it was a man-made island. I believe it was put there.
Do you think it was 2 islands and they made?
I don't. I think it's been one, and I think other people have gone after the lore of it and have contributed other copycats to try and get people to, because they think they have a better chance of finding out what is actually there or getting it. And so that's their false flag. That's their distraction.
What do you think's down there?
I'm not saying it's the Ark, but I think it's something along those lines of something that is beyond fathomable for us, just based on seeing the actual infrared images of the heat signatures coming from there. There's no reason any heat should be emitted from there. None.
Yeah.
And it's a formidably sized object for what would be down there. I think they said the size of a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
So it's something.
Was the Ark that big, as big as a Volkswagen Beetle?
It took for the strongest men back then to carry it, and they'd have to.
No, are you sure it wasn't 6 men it took to carry it?
I'm positive.
Okay, so you're sure it was 4?
Yes, it was only 4 the first time. It was 6. Six at Dealey Plaza.
Okay.
Oh, if looks could kill.
So, what about the Cabal? What's your take on the Cabal?
I don't have one.
Why? You don't? Is that a subject you want to stay away from?
No, it's a subject that I don't understand enough, even after researching, to understand the craze around it.
Okay. What about you? The Cabal, secret society.
What direction do you want to go with this?
Well, I mean, we'll just briefly talk about it, and then
I don't think you can briefly talk about that.
Well, we can briefly talk about, people say that the Bilderberg Group's part of it, the Deep State, the Illuminati. Let's see here. I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios, that they do false flags, that they sink ships.
Are the angers all awkward?
So basically, the whole bottom line of the map.
Well, yes. Yes.
To sum it up.
Do you still think that the that the Cabal influences today? Do you think they still have their world influence?
Not as much as they think that they do.
I totally agree with you. Now, according to an article I found online, it says 6 ways the Cabal influenced the world today. All right, and I'm not going to give you all 6, but some of them, it says media, pharmaceuticals, and food.
Mm-hmm.
So big pharma and big tech.
Yep.
Education.
Yep.
Science and technology.
Indoctrination.
What was it?
Indoctrination.
Science and technology. The monetary system.
Yep.
Religion and science. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. What is any of the listeners, what's their thoughts on the Cabal?
We are on 18 other different subjects right now.
Okay. All right. Well, what's one of the subjects that you're on over there?
We're still going on Mandela
subjects.
effects.
Oh, okay. Well,
and spiritual messages, shit mess.
Shitness?
Shit mess. Shit mess. Yeah, that's what
Okay.
happens when this.
Oh,
This
okay.
is a shit
Got you.
mess right
Got
now.
you.
But yeah, we're just having 18 different conversations at once.
As per normal.
Plus, I also have just like random troll comments coming in that are just
Just
distracting
people
me a
being
little bit
assholes
because
and
I
dicks.
don't, because they don't understand that this is something serious.
Yeah.
So.
Also, as per normal.
Yeah, as per normal. So hold on, let me catch back up here because they were coming in pretty hot and heavy. Education, Big Pharma are both the same person. I can exactly tell you that. Yep, 100%.
Not to mention any names, but his initials are Bill Gates.
No, that's Dr.
No.
Gates you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, it goes way beyond that. Way beyond that. It goes all the way back to Rockefeller.
But right now, who else would it be?
Well, you still have the Rockefellers that are still connected.
I guess so.
It's got nothing to do. Gates is a part of it. Now he's another player, but he's not the start of it. This all start. Okay, so the indoctrination and Big Pharma all started because of oil. All right, and he wanted to keep a profit on oil. And once he realized that he could make petroleum out of oil and synthesize medications and other things, he implemented the AMA, which is the American Medical Association, and basically gave huge sums of money to colleges to implement this program and knocked out fucking holistic medication and holistic healing because he wasn't going to be able to make any money on that. So now all of the medications that you're on, all of the food that you eat, all of the things that you interact with are just to keep you stuck at a lower vibration, to keep you sick, and to keep you constantly coming back so that they can line their fucking pockets.
Well, let me ask you a question, and I don't mean to offend anyone by this, but and I'm not. I mean, this is just specifically to Bill Gates. You know what Bill Gates looks like? Mm-hmm. Okay, you know what Bill Gates looks like? Okay,
Which one?
Well, the one that was pushing all the bullshit that he was last year.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. Now, to some point, if he's talking about computers and tech, he knows what he's talking about. But regardless of what he talks about from this point on out, when you've got him looking the way that he did with 2 huge fake titties that he's had implanted on his chest, who the hell is going to take him seriously and not bust out laughing? I mean, honestly. And I'm not being mean to people. I'm just saying that's a bad look for Bill Gates. That's all I'm saying.
I plead the fifth.
No, man. You're on here to chew bubblegum. You can't plead the fifth. So,
I mean, I still disagree with the first part of that statement.
what's that? Oh, the computer
He was
stuff.
just a financial backer.
What? Yeah, but what? You mean like creating Microsoft and all that? Well, still, no matter. I mean, he would make more sense talking about that stuff than he would vaccines and all that stuff.
Well, yes, but when you reach a certain status, quote unquote, in the public eye, you are the be all end all.
Okay.
And
Then why the hell would you go get 2 big breast implants like that for?
maybe, since he's divorced, maybe he just wanted to play with them titties.
Wait, hold on a second. Did I miss something?
Oh, you have not. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, here, let me pull up a picture real quick.
You're talking about him and
Well,
them switching, right?
yeah. No, but he's only switched the top half.
He could work day shift down at the local strip club.
Him and Melinda.
Are getting divorced.
Right.
Yeah. Let me pull up this picture.
Yeah, I thought it was a clone. Like they were both a clone. Are you talking about something else? Because if
No.
so, then I am way behind the eight
Well,
ball here.
let me pull this up, and I swear that
Gates was never a good guy. I totally agree with you.
Well,
Someone commented in.
100% truth to that.
I don't. Oh, okay. Here it is.
Oh, that I think is fake.
No. Really? No. Tell me no.
I think
have
he's
laughed
a
at this.
closet Marilyn Manson fan.
Oh no. I mean, it's on YouTube. They're credible.
It's a woman that was paid to impersonate.
Like the Six Flags commercial
Yeah,
dancer?
no.
So.
Oh my God, I didn't know that you were talking about that.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, Goose.
Bill Gates got some take old biddies.
There is no way that that's fake. I mean,
technically it's not real either then.
Yeah, but
That is so fake. It looks like he shoved fucking 2 water balloons in his shirt.
Everybody has a day to be
Like
Madonna.
I can stuff my bra better than that.
well, fake or real. I mean,
She is a real. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have a comment coming in. She is a real person. She just looks like him.
so
So that is actually a person
Okay.
that you're insulting.
okay.
Well, he said no offense in the beginning of it.
So it's not Bill Gates. That is a female. That's
Apparently.
Is it a female?
Unfortunately, very,
I don't
very
know.
similar.
You could probably go ask her what her pronouns are.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, in all fairness, I just still think that that's funny. I just think that's funny.
I think she'll be on the cover of the Krispy Kreme 500 calendar next year.
Get your free donut.
Oh yeah. Sometimes the show goes off the rails. So, but I mean, we're talking about Bill Gates that came up in that picture that I showed you, just popped in my head.
Resonated.
So yeah. Anyway, 35 things the Cabal doesn't want you to know. I'll go through some of these. It says the United States of America is a republic and not a democracy. You agree with that?
We know that already.
The Federal Reserve Bank is a foreign-owned private central bank which
Correct.
creates imaginary money out of
Which
thin air.
is why the Titanic sunk.
Yes. The IRS is an incorporated in Puerto Rico and is a private collection agency for the Federal Reserve Bank. Agree or disagree?
I'm more pissed off than anything because that's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah.
What was it? I missed it.
IRS.
The IRS is incorporated in Puerto Rico and is the private collection agency for the Federal Reserve.
Well, yeah, the social security numbers are actually on the map as well at the bottom, and it's all just a giant.
I'll give you that to look at if you want to look over it. So you never heard that one before. Let's see. And I got all this information from Goose in it.
It's very interesting to watch Dirty Dan's mind be blown.
Well, good. I
It
hope I
doesn't
blowed his
happen very
mind.
often.
Now, this is one of my favorites. UFOs are real and are advanced interdimensional anti-gravity craft, and they have been recovered by the American Army Air Corps, now the United States Air Force, after crashing and have contained alien ET pilots. What's your thoughts on that one? That the Cabal doesn't want you to know that.
Of course, they don't want us to know.
Okay.
Everything is a distraction. Everything is meant to keep us in servitude to them.
The secret shadow government, they don't want you to know about that. You agree or disagree?
Agree.
Dirty Dan's blown away here at
Dirty
this
Dan
one.
isn't even here.
So Dirty Dan checked out.
I'm here.
Let's see. I mean, but there's like tons of stuff on this. Let's see. Let's talk about the NSA. I'm sure they're listening in. Hello, NSA.
Bum.
The NSA and almost all American intel have allegedly been hijacked. Let's see. But there has been a recent awakening near the top of these organizations, and most traitors in charge are being exposed and will be dealt with.
That's because of the whole unmasking issue that's been
Yes.
brought to light.
Let's see.
Not what you think it is.
The NSA and other American intel have been providing secret information obtained from wiretaps and other means by to the ruling cabal to use as blackmail to coerce politicians, judges, and officials to do what they want. You agree or disagree?
Yep.
Okay.
1000%.
No, that one kind of pisses me off because, just do the right thing. You wouldn't have, nobody would be able to blackmail you. You wouldn't have anything to worry about.
Can seize assets at will, even if in error.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
Well, hey.
Bitches.
So you really don't like that one, huh?
No. That makes so much more sense to me now.
Well, yeah. I mean, these are some. We do know that the government has experimented with mind control on U.S. citizens. You guys know that.
PCP.
MK Ultra.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Project MK Ultra. Let's see. Every American intel agency has its own execution squad.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that.
Mm-hmm. Look at the list.
Well, it says the Department of Defense, several military branches, and let's see. Traditionally, anyone disclosing real documented UFO secrets about underground bases or behind black space war projects were quickly terminated with extreme prejudice. Case in point, Bob Lazar.
That's not looking too hopeful for us in our river submarine story coming up.
Well, I still think that the river submarine is real and does exist.
So
110%
going back to like the MK Ultra and the them tapping into everything and manipulating technology and blackmail and all of that. Commenter commented in, but I know that we've talked about this before, especially on the first podcast that we did with the Vril Society.
Yes.
It all goes back to that, which is the consciousness assisted technology, and they're using it for loosh and for negativity and to push their narrative and keep us in control and in servitude to them and trapped here.
Well, and we were talking last night when I was talking to you guys. I think we were, I was taking you guys back, and we were talking about how the military used to be, 50. Then we heard they were 100 years. I recently heard that they were 300 years ahead of us in technology. And the guy even said, okay, and this is the thing that I forgot to mention. He said exactly what somebody that I know that answered some questions that was on the inside back in, they used to be on the inside. They wouldn't come on the show back in the fall, but they answered questions. And this guy and my friend, Mr. X or Mrs. X, they said anything you can imagine or think of, our government already has. The guy in this video, and we were talking about his name and stuff last night, said the exact same thing. Anything you can imagine or think of, our government already has. That's mind-blowing.
That's my insider has been in 2 branches now, and has told me the same thing.
That is just mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
Time machine. Got it. I think we do have it. Because anything you can imagine.
John Trump.
There you go. There you go. Ingersoll Lockwood. There's a connection. And you can imagine, whatever you think of, whatever you can imagine, we've already got it. That's just mind-blowing.
Because it's all already happened.
Now, if our government has this, imagine what other governments have as well.
The equivalent.
Yeah, exactly. This list goes on to say that people in Hollywood try to influence culture by starring and pushing subliminally the occult to compromise America's youth.
They failed at the subliminally part.
It says that the ruling cabal has engaged in massive efforts to destroy normal male and female sex roles in order to destroy marriage. It says almost every cell phone contains RFID chips so they can be pinged by satellite to give anyone's exact location. Electronic telephones and many cable TV stations, satellite boxes are used for real-time spying by intel agents and have been for numerous years. Let's see. One more says the BP oil spill was both staged by the cabal to declare biological warfare, attacks on humanity, designed to create massive depopulation in years to follow. And the last one on the list, and I didn't go over all of these, I was just going over some high points. The last one.
There's a term for one of the ones you read about the gender thing. Transhumanism.
Yeah, I've.
Ingersoll Lockwood.
Oh, is that Ingersoll Lockwood? I've actually heard of that one. And the last one, the ruling cabal's greatest secret is that they are unable to infect and control those in America who refuse to violate the golden rule except in self-defense, know and keep a strong commitment to the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights, and refuse to be compromised or accept the lies and evil of the ruling cabal or its representatives or agents.
That's the Delta variant.
Oh, yes. And we're going to step away and take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you want fresh, authentic Mexican food, you want El Picante in Coal Run. Dine on sizzling hot fajitas, the freshest pico de gallo, or if you're craving their secret ingredient jalapeno dip, the only place you'll find it is El Picante. Look, there are Mexican restaurants on every corner. The difference is in the mouth-watering food and the great service you'll get at El Picante in Coal Run. Visit El Picante for lunch today.
Take a lighter look into the darker side of the world. Join Elliot, Gertie, and Beagle as they jump into the dark abyss of hauntings, serial killers, conspiracy plots, and beyond. The Spooky Family Podcast premieres July 1st, wherever you find and listen to quality podcasts.
Pretty girl on every corner.
And welcome back to Here to Chew Bubblegum. I am Goose. Across the table fiddling with his headphones. Fiddling is Dirty Dan, and across the table from him to my left is Rebecca Short from The Short Shit Show on TikTok. Love that you guys are in Bunker Studios. Thank you very much for being here. I've had a blast. I have had a blast today.
It was definitely a surprise.
Well, hopefully it's
when
a good
I learned about
surprise.
it.
Well, sorry. We have to keep some things secret from you. We had to keep the trip
Such
secret.
exciting news, and then I get vague answers back. Did I fuck up?
The look on your face that day. I wish I was screen recording that.
I was a little perturbed to say the least.
He was.
You just realized you used the F word after you told her to watch What to Say. So.
Well, it's not the radio show yet.
Yeah, we're
No.
still on the fucking podcast. aren't we?
Yeah. So, we're going to talk about some recent UFO sightings, and I think all of these happened. They all happened in June of this year. Going up. When's your last one? It's July something. isn't
July
it?
4th, 6th, and 10th.
So,
And this would be UAPs, wouldn't it?
well, I'm going to say UFOs. You can say UAPs.
Mandela effect?
No, it's the
No,
government.
they changed it so that they could get away with lying to us this whole time.
Exactly. And I have said that for months.
Mm-hmm.
What was the difference between lying then and lying now?
Well, they
Well,
can
now it's
say
a different lie.
UFOs don't exist, but we have evidence that UAPs do. I
They
mean,
said UFOs didn't exist between. back
Hey,
then
Dirty
also?
Dan,
Yes.
it's semantics.
on let's see, June 11th of this year, from Chicago, Illinois, a V-shaped formation of lights were videotaped. The story goes, my husband and I were at a lakefront in Chicago on Wednesday night. The air and water show was about to happen that weekend, so there were jets like practicing during the daytime. We were crossing the street to go to Buckingham Fountains when we saw this object in the sky over the water. It was very hard to distinguish what it was, and we had no visible sound coming from it. No one else in the area seemed to think it was anything or even noticed it. I sent the video to southern news stations and never heard anything back. So we were just led to believe that it was something for the air and water show. We've said before on the show that UFOs do tend to appear more around bodies of water, military bases, and power plants.
And if you send it into a news station first without a following, wait 3 months, they'll air your clip, but it'll be as theirs.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to hand that over to you and let you read the next one there before Dirty Dan goes.
Which one am I
The
reading?
second one down.
The 612?
Yes.
Now he hands me a paper. Multiple objects videotaped in Hawaii. On May 31st, I was watching the sunset and saw two lights crossing the northern plains in. Then shortly thereafter, a swarm chasing it, and as the two objects changed direction, the swarm followed after. This is an interesting video, but I wish we had more information. I don't believe I've ever seen that many objects moving that fast.
Good job.
Thanks.
What do you think about that one?
I think that some of what people are seeing is true. And I also believe that a majority of what is being seen and what is being told that we're seeing is projections.
Project Blue Book.
Yep. Blue Beam.
There you go. Yeah, Blue Beam. I don't know why I get those two confused.
We're not trying to sell a truck. We're just looking at shit in the sky.
Project Blue Book was back in the 60s. Project Blue Beam is now. So
Kelly Blue Book is just as much of a ripoff.
What's your first one about there in recent UFO sightings?
This comes from July 4th of this year from Glendale, Arizona. Unidentified flying object videotaped. I saw a black speck hovering up in the sky and zoomed in on it and recorded a red and blue colored saucer type event. I tried to put it on camera on a tripod, and by that time, the object was gone. This object is hard to define. It starts off as an oval or disc shape, but soon turns into more of a barrel shaped. It seems to expand like a balloon that has air injected into it. Quite interesting.
Is that it?
Yes.
What do you think about that one? Think it could be real or Project Blue Beam? See, I said Blue Beam that time.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to say I agree. It is quite interesting. I don't. If it's Blue Beam and a projection, then it's just straight out cartoons.
Well, they claim that their technology to do that looks, that you would not be able to tell. That's what they claim.
But how can we be certain?
So we just had someone comment in that says maybe, or they have always been there, and Blue Beam is elaborate ruse to disguise that they are real.
And that's a very good point. I've never thought about that. And we had somebody months ago said that, even in the daytime, that they're there. And sometimes you can catch a glimpse, but they disappear in a split second because they have like a cloaking device.
Well, like what I was mentioning last week about the Antarctica aircrew story.
Yeah.
That was broad daylight. It was like 12:30 in the afternoon.
You had a point.
Well, I watch a lot of movies with the Tiny Psycho, and we were watching Chicken Little, and the aliens are coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's his thing, and he keeps, every time he tries to show them, they disappear. And when they finally reveal themselves to come get their child, right? Is it their child that they're after? I don't know. I've seen bits and pieces of the movie, but it's like the whole sky was a cloaking device, and basically it just all starts turning into the actual ships. So, you at the end of the day, you don't really know.
No, you don't.
You can't even trust what you see. You can't trust your own search. You can't. You know what I mean? It makes you question everything, which is what we should be doing anyway.
Definitely, and as much as I want to believe people, some stories are fabricated sometimes.
Yes.
And I think we're getting to a point nowadays, though, where, it's easier to fabricate a video or pictures or a story, but...
Well, for some people.
More people are seeing more and more and more things. There's more and more reports popping up in the past couple of years than there have been the last 10 years. So something is real, something is out there. On June 22nd, 2021, a transparent UFO captured in Los Angeles. This UFO was filmed in Los Angeles on a balcony near the 10 freeway, about 1 mile east of the 405 freeway. The UAP in the video was filmed at 8:12 p.m. Not sure what the distance was, but it was so far that I couldn't see it with the naked eye. I found it by panning my Nikon P1000 camera across the sky to see if anything would come into view. Was also meditating on letting my hand be guided to finding something that I felt was up there. It mostly moved north, occasionally shifting east. I was able to stay on it in the sky until I accidentally zoomed out and lost it while trying to grab the photos of the unidentified flying object. I actually remember, I think I saw those pictures, maybe. So
I'm starting to wonder, what are the biggest multi-prop drones?
I was just gonna say, someone commented in that drones exist now, like the last couple of years.
Yeah,
Like drones are a thing.
But that's why I'm saying the size, because
the biggest consumer model?
Because Predators are drones, and Predators are bigger than F-16s. However, it flies like a plane.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's why I want to know the biggest size of them, because the ones that move like a plane are probably a drone of some sort or a plane.
Doesn't those have the plane beacons on them, though?
Technically, all of them do.
Okay.
I even have a little one. It's probably about 7-8 inches long, and it's still got a red and blue light on it. So, and the first one I read they said that it had a red and blue colored saucer type event, and when that's up in the air and it's getting darker out, you just see a circle because of the props and red and blue lights.
Right.
So I would call that a red and blue colored saucer type event.
Well,
and I fly very erratically.
Red and blue typically are, like you said, aircraft of some type.
Or white.
Or, white. If you see red and white by itself, I mean, I'm not talking about like just flashing. I'm talking about
solid,
staying solid lit. That is a TR-3B. That is the military owned. I actually posted a little thing on TikTok yesterday about it. There's a lot of people that don't know about it, but it is triangle shaped. Mm-hmm. It has 3 white lights like on each point. It has a red light underneath, a big red light in the center, and
there's a beacon on top.
Yeah. And no, I don't actually think that the beacon is on there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So they're just making it more UAP-like.
Yes, definitely. And you can go back to the 80s, and this was saw all over the world. And, you can look up patents, U.S. Navy. There's a patent for it that the U.S. Navy owns. When you had Gary McKinnon break into the NASA computers back in the early 2000s, he claims that he saw a list of people that were qualified to fly a non-terrestrial craft. So, and there was like 12 people that were qualified to do it.
Well, that just throws up some red flags.
Why?
If a list, 20 years ago was found to have qualified people,
12 of them, and I'm sure some of them are retired now, and some more have come along
from a very secretive government society, I'll call it, because who really has a clue what NASA does? Clearly, not the ocean. And they're making these things look deceivingly like
UFOs.
What these things they keep saying are non-existent. Is it really something to go, oh, yeah, that's just the government? Or is mocking them the most sincere form of flattery?
I don't think they're mocking them. I think this is reverse engineered technology that we built.
Well, I'm not saying it's not reverse engineering. I'm saying that they see how that has worked and what it all does. So by imitating them, or as close as we can, maybe we hope to be able to do what they can.
Now, people claim that the TR-3B is able to also leave the atmosphere and go to the moon. And if you go back, I can't think of what early Germany spacecraft it was after, but it looks identical to, or not identical, it looks similar, like where they got the idea. And it is, I mean, I'm just fascinated by the TR-3B. It is very fascinating to me. And I think I still have those pictures. Let's see.
So we had someone comment in that they know someone who is an Army pilot who drives or flies drones, and that's what they look like. They look exactly like that.
Like the TR-3B.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to me, it looks like the new one, which you're right, they don't have the beacon on there anymore, because it.
Now, this is what it looks like in a daylight, and you can see.
Yeah.
You know, you can see. I mean, that looks just
it's
like
the shape of the F-117 Nighthawk combined with the B-2 flying.
You know, there's one with white lights on the bottom. Rumor is that our government has 23 of these in that we have access to. There's the bottom of it. That is the TR-3B at night. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you saw that, what would you think? That's a UFO, you know. But, you know, it is supposed to be nuclear powered.
Great. It's on an aircraft carrier.
Yes. Now that one is the.
That one's got the beacon on it.
Yeah, that one does. That's not the TR-3B. That's another. Yeah,
that's a TR-3A.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, the government still says that does not exist. But you can look up. You can find the patent. Yes, it does. It's patent to the Navy. So. Do you have one more to tell us about their recent UFO sightings?
Yeah. And actually, that TR-3B, I just found it comes from Lockheed's SR-72, the hypersonic aircraft.
Right.
So the Aurora was patented off that, and it looks like the TR-3 series is coming from the Aurora.
Yeah. Now the first one, the TR-3A, was modified or whatever from the SR-71.
SR-72.
Okay.
It's the length of an SR-71 Blackbird, but it's the shape of an F-22.
Okay.
With the jutted out.
Gotcha. So, I mean, but, you know, I mean, that technology has been, like I said, in the 80s, that was spotted all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, and here 40 years later, that's starting to be seen.
It's just coming to light.
Yeah. 40 years later. So
by the time we have full disclosure, then I think it'd be about 100 years, and that kind of coincides with 100 years behind.
You can go down a rabbit hole, and the one that I just showed you has been in existence since like 1962.
Yeah, I saw it. 1967 is what it said. It was first successful flight.
Okay.
Excuse me. On July 6th, unidentified flying object videotaped over Florida. It's actually on July 4th, 2021, Davie, Florida, at 10:15 p.m., observed a very strange object hovering silently in the sky. It was white at first, with at least two separate sections of 6 large tubes connected together, appearing vertically, roughly 5 to 10 feet apart from one another. Appeared to be a single object. Each connected tube, 6 at least 12 total, stepped down in size like a Native American flute.
I'm totally lost on that one. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Native American flute.
I think this guy might have hit the ayahuasca pipe a little too hard.
Well, unless they're talking about the long one. I can't remember. What's it called? Where's my thing?
See, people agree with you.
I don't know how to say this, but it's the ancient builder ship.
Yeah. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I will. Owumawa. Tangenwa Owumawa. There you go. I mean, you know.
I do have one more.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I'm sorry, man.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Your triangle ships are all over here, too.
Oh, yeah.
On July 10th, an unidentified object was videotaped over Nevada. Shocking. This video was taken with my phone camera attached to our telescope. The location was west of Mesquite, Nevada. The object appeared to be rotating and changing colors. It was visible to the naked eye, but much better with a telescope. After watching it for quite a while, it just disappeared. It is difficult to determine what exactly the object was. Now this is a classic UFO sighting.
Mm-hmm. Because it's close to Area 51.
Yep.
And what's the other base out there?
Nellis Air Force Base.
Yeah, Dallas.
Nellis.
Yeah.
Home of the Thunderhawks,
So,
F-16 Thunderhawks.
You know, and I'd totally agree with you, you know.
It was multicolored and changing colors. And, I mean, if they saw it with a visible eye, then they probably saw that the actual craft was rotating, not just the lights going around it.
Right.
And then it just disappeared. I've always heard that they have active camouflage. So if you see them from above or below, they can disappear. But if you're at level with them, you'll see them.
Right.
Because of the paneling on them. That's their cloaking technology.
Right. That makes sense.
So that one, I wish we had more of.
Before we move on to yours or Rebecca's next subject, is there anything you want to say in closing with that?
I really want to see one.
I just showed you a picture of one.
I want to see it through my own eyes.
You
my own eyes.
You looked at it with your own eyes.
It's a picture. I want to touch it.
Oh,
I want to touch it.
Well, see, there you go. That's better. I just think it's fascinating that we have that technology. What about you?
Nope, I had nothing to interject.
If an alien craft came down and said, we would like to present you an opportunity to come with us, would
Okay.
you?
Yes.
Why?
Why not?
Even if it was
Now
no
that
guarantee
wasn't
you'd
a
be
good enough
returned?
answer for Dirty Dan last time. Goose.
Yeah.
Okay. Now these are friendly, right?
Undisclosed.
Well, I mean, if they're going to ask you to go with them, and if they give the sense that they are friendly, then yes, I probably would, depending on what my gut instinct was in that moment.
So if they weren't friendly, you wouldn't.
No, absolutely not. Would you?
Fuck yeah.
Either way?
Yeah.
Why?
Because either way, I'm going to have a whole bunch of answers, my mind blown way more than
Yeah,
that.
but you got a whole bunch of answers just by them coming down and asking you that.
Okay, so why stop?
Okay, then why don't we just mug them and take their ship?
Yeah, I'm a big guy. I don't think that's going to work.
Maybe.
So if they were coming down to ask you and present you with an opportunity, I don't think that it would be with ill intent. Otherwise, they would have just scooped you up.
Exactly.
I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly. Well, I mean, could I come back at any time?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, of course.
Even okay, even hostile, and they say, we will bring you back by this time.
No. I'm not hostile. I've been punished enough in my life. I don't want probed.
The hostile ones are already here, and they're ruining the fucking world.
I didn't say they were coming from outer space. I said if the ship landed in front of you and they presented the opportunity with.
And what I'm telling you, though, did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Okay.
So either way, I'm either going to space or inner Earth. I'm game.
I still like the idea of just taking their ship.
Ran right into the point, still missed it.
Then what's your point?
My point is that the hostile ones are already here. They're running shit.
Okay.
So why would they need to come and fucking present themselves to you with an opportunity?
When they're going to just take you.
Stop trying to ruin this hypothetical question with logic.
They're only going to show and present themselves when you're ready to see it.
Okay. Nobody said it had to be for a specific reason. Like if 1 in a million chance or 7.8 billion chance that they just found you and picked you, said, do you want to come with us? And you can come back at any time.
Oh, so you're just playing out a random scenario.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me throw something at you.
Okay. I'll catch it.
How do you think you could truly summon an other life form or craft and let them know that you are interested in making contact? No, I'm not talking about the Dr. Stephen Greer way of taking the laser up and shining it in the sky.
I have one of those.
And then meditating. And I'm just saying, how do you think you could really do that? Have you ever played with your laser in the sky? Did it attract any objects?
I didn't stick around long enough because I had to sign a waiver to buy it that said I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Okay.
You have to have a key to turn it on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Okay.
I feel like just thinking back on what we know with the ancient builder race and all this technology and all these things that are unexplainable, like what the show Ancient Aliens is about. To do that, I think you'd have to live a life of workmanship and fortitude and devote yourself to doing that and trying to better your existence. And if you are in a place like this planet that has those things to be able to do that, but you just don't have the means or tools necessary, and you are able to make a gathering with the cause, the AI or the extraterrestrials, they're seeing that. And I think that's how it happens. They recognize that and they fulfilled their wishes from their work as a reward by doing that.
That makes sense.
So, like, if you're going off of Ra, which is the law of one, which I highly recommend reading or listening to or doing some sort of research on, you have to be 51% of service to others versus self. So as long as you're 51, like you're good. Like you're ascending. Like you're good.
Well, I'm an Eagle Scout, so I should be ahead of the list.
It's all about your intent, and your heart can't lie to the universe. So if you have good intent behind everything that you do, and it is truly for the betterment of the universe, which also includes yourself, then you have nothing to worry about.
Well, then I guess I'm going to start researching how to shape stone and
shape stone.
Get to building.
Well,
stone with
and you just said something there, and this doesn't go along with being presented with the fact. The question I asked, but you said good intent. A pet peeve of mine is when people do something good and they destroy it by getting on social media and be like, look at me, I stopped and helped this old lady, changed her tire. I bought somebody's food that was behind me in McDonald's. The good act that they did
is ruined by loosh.
Yes.
So
that pisses me off.
So then it's not pure intent because they're doing it just for loosh. They're doing it just for clout.
Yeah.
One very highly sought after, coveted spot in at least what was the Boy Scouts of America was Order the Arrow. And it's like our own secret society, if you will. But everything you do to gain an entrance, you have to do in complete silence.
Did you have to ride a goat?
No.
Okay.
It's all work based. It's all returning to where and the whole leave it better than you left it, or leave it better than how you came to it.
There's not many people nowadays that want to do that.
I know, and it sucks, and it shows.
Yeah, it does.
Because the best time I had was when I went for my initiation, and 72 hours of nothing but work in silence. You learn how to communicate with one another, and if you don't, you go by yourself, and you either struggle or you fail, and it's because you're not committed to it. If you need to figure out a way to say something without speaking, you will. You just have to want to.
Yeah.
And when you do, we built a equipment shack and fenced 20 acres in 3 days between 30 of us. So we did it quietly.
Now, I do see benefits of social media, but I also see, some of the, like I was just saying, to get on there, look at me,
Everything's different now.
That just pisses me. I mean, I have done so much, and I would never tell anybody about it. The only people that know about it is me and the people that I've done to help people. I just, and I've had people ask me, hey, what can I do? I'm like, if you see somebody in help, pay it forward, help them,
absolutely,
do something nice for them. Hold the door open for them.
I mean, anytime I go shopping, I automatically have that because the little old ladies find me and can you reach that on the top shelf?
So that goes into karma, and that goes into working with the energy of the universe, and that goes into everything comes back to you tenfold. So if your intent is good and you truly are a good person and you go out of your way or at every opportunity you have that, even if it's just smiling at someone, just to spread happiness or spread light and love, like that's going to come back. That karma is going to come back. That good energy is going to come back. But if you're constantly negative and you're constantly surrounding yourself with negative people, negative situations, then that's all you're going to have.
Yeah, definitely.
The universe always says yes, right?
Yeah, the universe always says yes. So if you say, oh, today's going to be a shit day, then yes.
Yeah.
Today's
It's
going to be
all
a great
about
day.
you have to change the way that you talk to yourself. If
And I'm
you
going to get
can't
to go on the
say
UFO.
if you can't say the things that you say to yourself to a child, then you shouldn't be talking to yourself like that.
Yeah, that one hits hard.
I've never heard that before, but I totally agree with that. Well, is there anything you want to talk about before we wrap it up? Or you, Rebecca?
I just want to put in here that I did not know that I was supposed to come prepared with topics. So being I planned this whole fucking thing, so
you were
I never got the memo.
you were totally fine. You're totally fine.
And some things I won't speak on if I don't know it.
Well,
research.
and that's something that I value about all of our friendship is we can get together and you don't have to have a set thing or stuff prepared, and the ideas and the stuff that we share, it makes me grow, and I'm so thankful for that.
Well, and we're thankful for this. I'm so glad that you reached out to me however long ago that you did. And it's really cool to see, to be here and talk to you and other open-minded people. I mean, my TikTok, and we have a great community of flockers on, fuck the trolls. We have a great community of flockers on Telegram, and we have scheduled Zooms, and it's literally all of us coming together and just talking about ideas and talking about how to raise our vibration. And there's
research.
And research and things that we've found and different ways of looking at things. And what this is about is everybody is brought up with a different upbringing. Everybody comes from a different religion. Everybody comes from a different understanding and a different way of learning things. And we're all after the same goal. And I think that a lot of the disagreements and a lot of the issues is that we're trying to explain the same thing two different ways, and we're just not hearing each other. And the biggest thing with the Telegram and the Zoom that we've created here is there's no judgment. There's no hate.
Yeah. Planet Fitness, baby.
There's no
Judgment-free zone.
negativity. That shit gets shut down.
There's no censorship.
Instantly. Yeah, we can and we can't. They can't shut I mean, I have been banned on TikTok more times than I can fucking tell you. I don't even keep tracking. Now it's just a game as how soon Rebecca's going to get banned.
Canceled.
But, we communicate openly and freely on Zoom and Telegram, and that's what I've wanted to create. And we've done it, and it's amazing. So thank you for the opportunity to speak on it.
You're very welcome. You don't have to thank me. It's like I've known you guys forever.
It does feel like that. But I do have one closing thing I want to talk about real quick. Maybe to moonlight to another episode is, my boy Elon Musk. That it was announced that SpaceX was awarded NASA's contract to launch their new alien hunting mission to a specific moon of Jupiter.
Really? Alien hunting mission.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
NASA's Europa Clipper mission objective is to find sources of life on a distant moon within our solar system, and SpaceX will be the one to launch it. I'm getting some looks over there.
Are they? He said he's getting some looks. Is that just from me? Is that from trolls?
Oh no, I'm looking right at him.
Yeah, why?
Because you know how I feel about Elon Musk, and you and I differ on that, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. And I just feel like it's all a distraction. I don't know why we're fucking doing research and experiments on moons on other planets for life when we can't even figure out how to get along here. But
I don't know. See,
it's just my two
I had to dig deep for this one. The distractions from Elon are when he tweets about Dogecoin and cryptocurrency, and his Las Vegas tunnels.
I'm sorry, what?
Now the Las Vegas tunnels one is kind of fascinating.
And men have selective hearing.
Who do you think taught you how to do it?
What? I'm sorry.
And for those interested, Dogecoin is selling right now at 19 cents. So
I'm still up a good bit on it.
Okay.
But just Elon raking it in with a $178 million contract for one launch.
Now the government's going to pay him that much for one launch.
Mm-hmm.
And what is he sending, a probe or a satellite, or what's he sending in space?
It appears that it is a capsule full of probes and different sensors. Okay,
so basically, he's doing the Twister movie in outer space.
Well, and he's got I guess it's SpaceX's got a camera in there. They worked to develop the camera that has much, much higher resolution images than any telescope we can fathom, space or ground. So I believe that they are going to try and capture some sort of image, and then they'll just, pixel it out for us.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think if they actually capture something that we'll be able to see it?
I mean, they've released info on it that it's got depth probes on it that it will be able to tell how salty the oceans are that they have found on there and the depth of it.
So we're worried about the oceans on Jupiter's moons, but we're not even going into our ocean? I have questions.
Well, see, they're not going into that ocean either. They're doing it from afar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what about our ocean?
We know how deep it is.
No, we don't.
We do.
Bullshit.
Goose the depth of the Mariana Trench. You'll find a number.
Well, that's just the deepest point.
Yeah, that's all that they've gone to.
That's all they're looking for is the depth of that.
Well, but
never mind.
What if there's another trench somewhere else that's deeper than the Mariana Trench?
I guess we're gonna fuck around and find out then. Let's go. Let's go get our missing U-boat, and we'll find some instructions, and we'll go on a little journey.
I have the directions.
No, not the directions to inner Earth.
Oh.
You were talking about the Mariana Trench. Could you imagine how disappointed you would be when you were there was one guy here just a while back, and not to take away from Elon Musk, he goes down to the Mariana Trench, and the first thing he sees is a plastic bag at the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, how disappointed, would you be?
I mean, there's more pounds of trash floating in the ocean than our fish.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Way to go, world.
So,
but yeah, that's I'm going to keep up on that because it's I subscribe to the mailing list for the monthly update now.
Okay, well, definitely, please do. So, I guess are you finished there, Dirty Dan? I don't want to cut you short.
No, that's why we'll just moonlight it for the next one.
Okay. We're going to close out the show. I want you can be a part of the show by texting, or leave a voicemail by calling 606-373-3396, or you can email.
You can email us at goose@heretechewbubblegum.com, and myself, Dirty Dan, at heretechewbubblegum.com, or Pupnet and Elliot at heretechewbubblegum@yahoo.com. Yes.
Were you going to say anything else?
Yes. Thank you again to Rodney, our caller today.
Yes. Thank you very much, Rodney. Also wanted to say thanks to Rebecca Short from the Short Shit Show for being
wild.
Here. And I also want to thank Dirty Dan for
venturing out of the
being
barbecue
here.
Pit.
Yes, being here in the Bunker Studios out of the barbecue pit. I also want to say thanks, special thanks to Carlin for all the voiceover work, CK Uncle Bill and the rest of the gang over at deadpit.com, Justin Perkins at Talk Junkie. Be sure to check out Down on the Holler with Jordan and Brad, Seth's Daily Podcast, and don't forget about the Spooky Family Podcast. For more information, visit spookyfamilypodcast.com. Yes.
I just want to say thank you for having the Short Shit Show on and having the Zoom and the live being broadcasted. This has been awesome, and I know that all of the flockers are very appreciative of it.
Thank you guys for wanting to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I thank the flockers, and if anyone wants to awaken more, be sure to check out Rebecca Short on TikTok.
The Short Shit Show.
Yes.
Fascinating.
There you go. That'll do it for this week. We'll see you next week, and until then, so long for now.
Maybe I'm not leaving. Maybe I'm just going home.
Thanks for listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum. Tune in next time as we dive deeper into things the government doesn't want us to know.